All right, so we're going to be talking about lesson 15 titled Tangible Data Merging, okay? Our objective for this lesson is that you will learn how to merge two data sets and ask statistical questions about the merged data, okay? These statistical questions that you're going to be given time to come up with today, think of them as your possible statistical questions for your upcoming final practicum, okay? Your essential concept is the following. You can enhance the context of a statistical problem by merging related data sets together. To merge data, each data set must have a unique identifier that tells you how to match up the lines of the data. So the goal is today, we want to understand what's going to be the best unique identifier. So our unique identifier that we're looking for, and this is going to come up later, so please pay attention to this. The unique identifier that we're talking about is we're talking about something, a piece of data that identifies you and only you, okay? On a big grand scheme of things. So if I have 800 people, what is a unique identifier, or what is the unique identifier in a set of data that would pinpoint you and only you? Really? You're the only person that's like 6'1"?
Yeah.
Don't try to guess. We're going to look at the data, right? Because it's all about looking at the data and finding that unique identifier among our variables that we've collected data on. Does that make sense? Okay. So let's take a look. In this lesson, we will examine the research question, does the personality colors test really work? To answer this, you will examine whether the different color groups actually differ on particular beliefs or attitudes, or if these differences might just be due to chance, right? We talked about chance a lot. You are going to use the stress and chill data to see if there is evidence that the colors actually differ. So we're going to be using the personality colors data from section 1 and section 2. And we're going to be then merging it with our stress and chill data from this section. Okay. So to kick things off, what we're going to do is this. On the next slide for Desmos, which I haven't given you permission to go to yet. Okay, you are going to do the following. You are going to write at least 4 statistical questions of interest that involve variables in both the stress and chill campaign and the personality colors survey. So you're going to be using variables from both data sets in your questions. Okay, so let's review the variables that we have. In the colors data, the variables that we have available to us, we gather data on birth gender, your predominant color, your secondary color, your scores for orange, green, gold, and blue, your zodiac sign, and your sports involvement. So whether or not you play sports or not, okay? Now the variables that we collected data on in your stress and chill data, okay, is stress level, the number of people that are around you, who you're with, where you are, and why you're there, okay? So you're writing 4 statistical questions. So here's a very basic example. Do people whose predominant color is gold tend to stress more than people whose predominant color is blue? So I'm comparing the predominant colors, right? Gold versus blue. What am I comparing about them? Their stress levels from the stress and chill data, okay? But those aren't the only things that I can compare, right? I can compare gender. I can compare zodiac signs and sports involvement. I can compare stress level or the people that are around them or why they're doing something or where they're at. So a lot of possibilities for statistical questions here. So what we're going to do now is you're going to complete these 4 statistical questions in your Desmos activity. And I'm going to let you guys head over to slide 2 and put in your responses for your statistical questions. Now, considering how important it is that you think through these, because this is like the first time you're actually thinking through statistical questions for your practicum. So I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes to do this, okay? Really think through them. Oh, don't worry. I can do this.
I was like, whoa.
You're fine. Okay, so 5 minutes. So if you're feeling a little stuck, that's okay. Let's take a look at what some of our classmates have written down here. So it says, is there a correlation between birth gender and stress level? Dang, I like it. Does the statistics of the orange score have an effect on the zodiac sign? Natalie, that question's a little vague. I'm not really sure what we're going to be looking at with that one. Based on the data, does the amount of people indicate the stress level? Interesting. So yes, I like that. Is there a dominant color for people who play sports? Ooh, yay. I like that one too. However, this number 4 is a great question for just the colors data. You're not really bringing in the stress and chill data there. Are people with an average stress level of 2 more likely to have a higher green or orange score? I like it. Are people with a green predominant color more likely to be with 3 or more people than golds? Where are blues most likely to be stressed? Oh, okay, I like it. You don't have to put the at. You can literally just leave it there, Carter.
I have to rephrasing it as a.
Yeah. Do people with predominant color blue have higher stress levels? Does gender affect who you tend to be with? Ooh, okay. How does sports affect the number of people you're with? Yes. How do people with the low gold score have lower stress levels? Right on, Celeste. Okay, what zodiac sign stresses the most? Good. What reason do people stress? Yep. Are people who play sports stress or chill? Okay. What color has the highest stress level? Yeah. Okay. I would change that and use the variable name. So what predominant color here? Lena, what predominant color? Does people's dominant color change the number of stress levels they have? How do the stress levels of zodiac signs compare? Yes. Good questions, Devin. Okay, Mia, still working, go for it. Which birth gender tends to have a higher stress level? Yeah. Predominant color tends to be around more people. Sports involvement cause decrease in stress. Yes, I like that question. Which zodiac sign spends more time with family? Dimitri's still working there. Alex, you got 2 going for you. What birth gender has the highest stress level? What predominant color stresses more based on the data? Which zodiac sign is around more people? Okay, so we're just seeing a little bit of repeats here. Edward, you're editing. Good for you. Isaac, out of all the predominant colors, which one is the most stressed? Is there a dominant color for people who play sports? Ooh, I like that one. What zodiac sign stresses the most? Which zodiac sign spent the most time with someone? So I see a lot of gender and stress. I see a lot of sports and stress. Adam, which zodiac sign is book smart along with their predominant color? I don't understand. I don't know how we would measure book smart.
That was the last. I was rushing that.
Got it. You're fine. And it's like you're like great, and you had to pinpoint that one. Adam.
Yeah.
Off your phone.
No, C texted.
Oh, okay. What did he say?
He just said doing a lot. I just said that whole group all this kid asking for it. Like doing a lot.
Okay. Thank you.
Right now. Sounds big. Follow.
All right. That's okay. Oh no, I just clicked on the wrong thing. Yeah, publisher's gonna pop up, and there it did. It did. We're okay. So you guys ready for the last journal entry of the year? So I want you guys to take a look at these variables, okay, these data, and I just want you to do a notice and wonder. Look how easy I made it for you. What do you notice about both sets? Any thoughts that you might have? Notice and wonder. Ain't nothing wrong with, there's no wrong answers. There's no right answers. Okay. What do you notice about both sets? This is in your journal. Once you're done with this, when we're done with the lesson, you can turn in your journal.
What do you mean? What do you notice about both sides?
Just anything you notice. See, compare them, contrast them. It's a very vague question. It's a very vague question. I'll give you guys 2 minutes to answer this. Ladies and gentlemen. So we are now going to move on to the rest of our Desmos activity. So in this Desmos activity, okay, it's the tangible data merging activity. You are going to be given observations from data set 1 and data set 2. Data set 1 are going to be in blue strips. Data set 2 are going to be in yellow strips. Okay. You are going to move and merge each blue observation and match it up to a yellow observation. So your goal is to match up the same person's data from each data set. So your goal is to match up like a blue strip to a yellow strip, the ones that would be this from the same person. Does that make sense? Okay. So as an example, look at the 2 observations below. Those 2 observations might want to be merged because it makes sense that a person who is age 21 has probably graduated from high school. Okay. So 21, high school, you never know. Aha. So Carter makes a good point. So the birth months are different and zip code. So one thing might be a good matchup, but then when you look at some of the other data, it might not be a good matchup. So you kind of have to figure out what is that unique identifier. What is that identifier that's going to allow you to correctly match up the strips? Okay. So after you match up the strips, there's only 6, right? So there's 6 pairs. You're then going to move on in your Desmos activity and you're going to answer the following questions. Okay, so notice that making guesses about a person's characteristics is not the best way to match up data. So it takes you through the questions. Which variables are the same in both data sets? Why are variables? So it's just going to take you through those questions. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring up my Desmos activity and I'm going to allow you guys to pace through slide 3 through 7.
I still don't get this.
Okay. So if you head over to your slide 3, you're going to see blue strips and yellow strips, right? So you can click on the strip and it'll make it bigger for you to read through. Read through the information that you have for this person. And then you're going to try to match up to see which yellow strip would be from the same person as a blue strip.
Okay, like matching the same person.
Yes, exactly. So matching the same people.
Okay.
So every blue strip matches to one yellow strip. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys 15 minutes. 15 minutes to go through slides 3 through 7. Okay. Once you're done matching, go through and answer these questions. Understood? Any questions? Okay, 15 minutes on the clock. Holy mother. Hi. I've been on mute this whole time.
No. No.
Oh my God, this whole class period?
For how long?
Like,
Even recording too.
it's okay. It's okay. So guys, we were talking about this idea that
You're talking about like people about their own answers and stuff.
we were talking about the idea that the ID number, right? How just like the government, well, how does the government identify you? Right? How does the government like, well, how does they specifically identify you, right? Here? I don't know which one you want.
No, I wanted to make sure I did it right because I didn't see if I did it right.
So the variables that were the same in both data sets, right? We had zip code, we had birth month, and we had ID number.
I meant for the matching one. That was my bad. I said the wrong thing. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Do you see yourself?
Yeah.
Where? Oh, there you are. Okay. Right. So I was saying, but I was on mute here, that over here for our birth month and where was it? Was it this one? Yeah. When it asks you which of the variables, right? Your variable, guys, is the overarching data that you're collecting. Okay. January, February, August, those are observations. That's the actual data that you've collected. The variable is the birth month or zip code. So when I ask you for variables, I'm not asking you for specific observations. I'm asking you for the overarching, the variable name. Okay. And so we discussed this idea that, you know, there can be a lot of people that have the same birth month. There can be a lot of people that have the same birthday, right? There's a lot of people that live in the same zip code. Those are not unique identifiers. Just because I tell people I live in San Pedro, that doesn't mean, oh, that's Marine's house. Like, right? Even my city, zip code, it doesn't matter. It's not unique to me. There's other people with the same information. However, how does the government identify you? The second you're born, what do you get? You get a social security number. You get a number that follows you your entire life, that connects your information together for your entire life. Okay. So our unique identifier, our one and only unique identifier is our ID. You come to school, you get a school ID. You get older, you get a driver's license, you have a driver's license number. Okay. You get a car, you have a license plate number. Right? Those are all unique identifiers. All right. So let's see here. So really cool. One thing, actually, maybe let's finish up our lesson and I'll tell you guys something really cool. Okay, so as we merge on, get it? No? Okay.
I get it.
As we merge on in the next lab, you will learn to merge data sets using RStudio. For the last lab, yay! Okay. All right, guys. We're done. That's it. So we're looking for those unique identifiers and hang on to this idea that our user ID is our unique identifier because you're going to need it for your lab. Okay. But a few things I want to talk to you guys about.